The spiritual leader of millions of Muslims is in the GTA tonight, part of a historic trip to Canada. But the sect, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, is often at odds with the rest of the Muslim world. In a rare one-on-one interview, I sat down with the Caliph of the Ahmadi faith. The spiritual leader of an estimated 20 million people. The Caliph of Ahmadiyya Muslim says the West must recognize that the path to peace in the Middle East lies with his sect.
The only thing you have not done is to deal the situation with Islamic teachings, which is being portrayed and practiced by the true Muslims, and that is we Ahmadis.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim sect was founded in the late 1800s. It believes the second coming of Jesus and the coming of the Messiah foretold in the Quran was embodied in the founder of their sect. This Caliph is the religion's latest spiritual leader, elected by elders not unlike the Catholic Pope.
We are being persecuted in the Muslim world because we believe that according to the prophecy of the Prophet of Islam, the man who was to come has come.
Shunned and treated as heretics in much of the Muslim world, the Caliph resides in London, England. Escaping persecution, many Ahmadis have come to Canada where they practice their evangelical messianic version of Islam. Do you see a similarity between yourself and your followers as evangelical Christians, perhaps, those who reach out with missionaries?
They have their missions, but the difference is that Jesus Christ said that he has come only for the lost sheep of Israel.
With central tenets against religious violence and a belief in the separation of church and state, Ahmadis have found support among Western leaders. The Caliph will meet with Prime Minister Trudeau on this visit, and one issue he will likely raise: the sale of weapons. You're suggesting that the West allows radicalized Muslims to purchase weapons?
Some with big powers, yes. Some of them are helping rebel groups. How could ISIS survive for such a long time? They were earning millions and millions of dollars by selling their oil.
With an audience of Western decision makers that belies the small size of the sect within the Muslim world, the Ahmadiyya Muslims are hoping to convince more and more people that its belief system represents the true faith. And that belief is controversial within the Muslim world, but I think what's important for us in the West is that you can't think of Islam as a monolithic faith. There are so many different sects that sometimes we need to really try and learn a little bit more.
I think that's what it is. I mean, I don't think people understand how many sects there are and how many different belief systems there are. When you think about Christianity, it's not just one, it's not just Catholics. There's so many different forms of it. So it's the same kind of thing in the Muslim community.